information is free.
The law.
There is hope.
You're out of my league, but I'm in my element. Oh, come home with me, just for the hell of it. Got the eyes that keep on loving. You got the eyes that say come back home. Indecision, I describe what I'm missing. Indecision. Indecision, get her out of my head, into my heart. Indecision, get into my heart. Give you some more loving. You're out of my league, but I'm in my element. Oh, come home with me, just for the hell of it. You got the eyes that keep on loving. So alive to come back home. Indecision. Indecision. Indecision, get her out of my head, into my heart. Indecision. Into my heart. Ow! I've got to give you love.
Or actually doing the
Friends,
mugging.
the time for mediocrity and broadcasting is over. My name is Tony Jones. It is 4th of July Eve. That's right. We are live and local. Now, let me let you in on a little secret. Every other media outlet right now is running on what I like to call autopilot. That is, there's some computer in some room somewhere, and it's running a bunch of Geico commercials and a bunch of crappy elevator music, and that's what you're going to hear all 4th of July weekend from the other media outlets, but not here on Rhode Island Free Radio. My name is Tony Jones. I will be your host. Let me tell you what we have coming up for you. The one and only Chuckles the Clown of Chuckles Crypt, I hear, is en route. He'll be joined by George Garner from the Haunted Cabaret, two fine shows right here on Rhode Island Free Radio. They're going to be here hanging out and chatting with you. They're going to talk shark attacks in just a little while. Now, I don't want to get into it right now, but I have a conspiracy theory because we have all these shark attacks going down, and Shark Week is coming. Jaws just came out. There's a new Jaws. Shark attacks, but nobody's getting hurt. I think it's a vast conspiracy of promotion for the Discovery Channel stock, which is going through the roof, and for Shark Week. But we'll get into that later in the hour. Joining me now is DJ Psycho Eddie from My Night Out Radio and MyNightOutRI.com. He'll be my co-host for a little while here. DJ Psycho Eddie, good evening.
Hello, Tony. How you doing tonight? Hello, everybody. Happy 4th of July Eve. I hope everyone's imbibing quite nicely.
Which we are not doing here on the air because that's illegal. So
absolutely.
Just so everybody knows, we will not be drinking tonight on the... I can't even say...
He's trying to say it with a straight face. I'm actually a better liar
the
than
legal
Tony
department is contacting me right now. They're asking me about this cookie that I have in the desk. Thank you, Y2 Ray, for supplying that. Greatly appreciated. But, you know, the Tony Jones Show and My Night Out Radio on Rhode Island Free Radio and MyNightOutRI.com, we are huge, huge supporters of what is the now expanding local music scene. And actually, Dave Sage is here from Necrophilic Meat Circus and from Crinkly Ass Crackers. Yes, because that's a medical term.
It's a medical term.
A crinkly ass, that's a medical term. But, you know, we were here a few weeks ago, and he was talking about the Gauners and Tony Jones and the Cretin 3, we used to have shows at our practice space. And that wasn't just because we were trying to be hip. It was because at that point in time, in the local music scene, there was really no other places for loud, fast, or as I like to call our genre, loud, fast, and shitty, punk rock to be played. So we'd have these shows down on our practice space back in the day, and we could probably do a full broadcast just on the strange things that happened back then.
Crappy shows that would happen in basements of like Hyde Music.
That's exactly.
Well, I actually attended several. I worked the door. In fact, Gus from Sons of Frankenstein, Gus Millardo, he has a picture of me pre-clown days. I was in full glow-in-the-dark white face paint. However, it went my entire neck up, smoking a cigar with a bottle of Southern Comfort in my hand. And I was the doorman.
See, now you're the man that's going to have control of the room.
That's it. I had plenty of control over that bottle, the cigar, and anyone who walked in had some semblance that I was going to keep order. But in reality, I was just as screwed, if not more screwed, than they were.
Now, you probably have the same problem that I have, is that being
too sexy?
That too, but being the biggest dude in the room, people automatically think that you're in charge.
Yeah.
So we had a situation a few years ago where a buddy of ours was just completely wasted, and someone came up to me and they handed me his keys. Now, I am also completely wasted, so now I have 2 cars to drive home drunk in that night.
Yes, the Hammer. Most
who is probably in prison this weekend.
No. I think he'll dodge prison until at least Monday or Tuesday. But if you don't know the Hammer, you probably know him if you read the North Kingston patch as the Cougar
Which
Hunter.
was just about 1 year ago. We could do a throwback Thursday on the Hammer.
Yep, the Hammer. He got picked up, was talking that something along the lines of he was kicked out of one bar, moving to another bar because they didn't like him, and he was hunting for cougar. Well, it begins with a P, and I can't say the rest of it. And as he was talking, we are going to this bar. We just came from here, and the cops are looking in his truck, and there's no one else with him. And then, according to the report, he got a bit combative when they tried to do a sobriety test, of which he failed miserably. Yes, the Cougar Hunter. We got to love him.
Now, of course, we do support everybody being out there and being safe this weekend. And, my belief is all things in moderation, including moderation. However, the revenue collectors are out there this weekend, so you need to be careful.
This is why I have a driver, little known as the wifeager, half wife, half manager. Sometimes she does turn her head when I'm doing shots or whatever because she knows tomorrow I will be... Well, I'm old and I'm fat. I get sick quite easily.
You're going to have a date with the toilet.
Well, I already had the date with the lawnmower today. So I can afford to take some time off from the housework in order to do the recovery.
But most importantly, and back to my original point before we just totally veered off already in the broadcast, as supporters of local music, we play local music, which as I look at the set list for tonight, about 95% of the tunes you're going to hear throughout this live broadcast tonight is all local music. But in studio with us this evening is a band we play on the Tony Jones Show, in rotation around Island Free Radio. I believe My Night Out Radio plays.
We play the heck out of
our
them.
in-studio guests, Blindside Thunder. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening. Good to be here. You have a great voice. You have an awesome voice. It makes me kind of giddy inside.
Which, is and not to get too far into the psychological analysis of Tony Jones, but in quote-unquote real life, or, when I'm not behind the microphone and doing all this silly stuff, I'm actually kind of a quiet guy. I'm kind of a laid-back guy.
I don't think any of us really kind of get that, do you?
Not at all. Isn't that, but just with, entertainers and stuff in general?
Usually, yeah, they are quiet.
They're just, yeah.
They're either thinking of their next song, their next gig, who owes back child support. And if you open your mouth, things just tend to flow out of them that you don't want to get out. Yeah. It happens to me all the time. I slipped once and told a law officer where we record from his X amount of feet from a park, and luckily the restraining order I can.
Now, were you dressed as a clown when you told him you were X amount of feet
I
from
was
a park?
dressed as a clown driving a van.
That's going to be a tough one to find. That's a tough sell right there. Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. It was me, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I was dressed as a clown in a van in front of a school by the park, by the playground. But no, I wasn't doing anything weird. That didn't actually happen, but I can see it coming shortly.
That's the best part about having a radio show or a podcast is that I'm constantly thinking when something silly goes down, man, I cannot wait to talk about that on the radio this weekend. But tell us the Blindside Thunder story. How did you, in fact, become a band?
That's a great question, and it's the same question we get asked all the time. However, I'm going to embellish it a little bit tonight. We started off as a cover band, Dan and myself, and it was we got tired of playing the same 3 sets for nothing, and we kind of just decided, hey, let's see what we can do, and we came out with an EP called The Truth Hurts out there on iTunes and the website, and then we moved on and did The Storm, and then luckily we brought in 2 more gentlemen here, Andy Kay and Michael P. Green from the great state of Massachusetts. And we did 100 Proof, which is what we've been touring right now. Been on the road hanging and banging and playing up and down the coast. Like I said, we were talking before we went on air, some of our adventures in North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, Texas, Lubbock, Texas. We like to go down to Lubbock. And thank you very much. And we enjoy going out there touring. We will be back in Providence, though. We will be back in Providence soon. Actually,
which is July 7th, right?
Well, July 7th.
See, as the professional that I am, I know that you guys are playing
and we
on
sent
July
you the
7th.
information before. Right? That's great. We don't even know when we're playing. No, but we are coming back for a kind of a warm-up show because we're kicking off the rest of the summer tour. Starts actually this coming weekend. The following weekend. And then we're booked all the way. Our last show is October 17th in Philadelphia.
Nice.
But we are coming back for one show that I know of that Andy K. Yeah, September 12th. That's a benefit for firefighters over at the Firefighters Union Hall. They do a cancer. What is it? Andy, you want to speak on that?
They do a kidney transplant and stuff like that.
Most people can't. You
Yeah.
have to be a couple of inches away from those mics.
He's a little nervous. Come on, Andy. This is it.
You're amongst friends. Okay, now we tell them this is an intervention.
I'm not going. So that's what it is, and it's down at the Firefighters Memorial Hall.
Okay.
This is the ninth annual.
Have you done all 9 shows, or
No. I've done a couple.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
He's done a couple. I did one, and it's a great cause. It's an awesome stage, awesome lights. We're going on later at night, so we're going to be playing for almost an hour. So you're going to pretty much get the entire tour set that you would probably be excluded from if you weren't seeing us on the road that night. So we're pretty stoked about that. At least coming home playing before the winter hits. Still great weather. Hope everybody goes out there and supports a great cause of firefighters. They do a great job every year.
Now, have